Hi Facebook friends, it's so good to be back with you again in my kitchen. I'm making my way through this little booklet, which I'm really happy to give to you if you would like a copy. Remember last week I made the most divine Italian sauce. Well, this week, if you have any of that left over, you can use it with this week's recipe, or you can follow the recipe in here. We are doing something for all my vegetarian fans. Finally, they say, I can hear you. So we are doing, there's a whole series of vegetarian recipes in here actually. Today we're going to do eggplant and pumpkin lasagna. And I think it's quite funny because my family are going to eat this and not even realize it's vegetarian until they start taking a few bites. So the trick with this is a lot of people are put off by the white sauce. So I'm going to spend a bit of my time now telling you how to do the white sauce. The first thing I've done is cut up the eggplant, cut up the pumpkin, and I've roasted it in the oven. So it's pretty much already cooked with some oregano sprinkled on top, salt and pepper. But come on over to my stove and I will show you the trick with white sauce. It's really not that hard, but it did take me a long time to master it when I was a young person. So come on over here. So when we do a bechamel sauce or a white sauce, we need to melt some butter. See, I've already melted the butter there, and I'm just going to turn that right down. So what's required is butter, flour, and milk, basically. And then you add salt and pepper. Now, the trick to it is melt the butter, add the flour, and using a whisk, move it around like this, get it all together. And what you want to do, this is called a roux. What you want to do is actually keep it on the heat for about 30 seconds or so. And that actually cooks the flour and you don't get this raw flour taste. So we'll do that for a short amount of time. Now my friend who I went to uni with, she actually wrote down step by step how to do a bechamel sauce when I was at uni because I could never work out what went in first. But really it is really simple. Sometimes it takes us a while to get the concept of something really simple. So that is cooked off now. See how it's going around like this? Right, so take it off the heat. Trick number one, take it off the heat. Add the smallest amount of milk and whisk away. When that's combined, you see it's combined there, add some more milk and whisk away until it's combined. And keep going until you have a fairly runny, this is the way to get all those lumps out. Just do it slowly like this. And then once it's quite runny, you can add all the milk in. Now I haven't done the total quantity here, I'm just showing you the general idea. And you put it onto the heat and you actually keep stirring until it boils. And then you'll think it's never going to come together into a thick sauce, but it will. So stir, maybe 5 minutes, it's all it takes. It's really not that hard and it's much better than the store-bought sauce that you can buy. Now I add into mine salt and pepper, but I also add a little nutmeg, just a little bit of zhuzh into my meal. So here's one I prepared earlier. Always feels so good to say that. And you can see how thick that is. We want it fairly thick because we want it to hold together in our lasagna. So that is our bechamel sauce. So we're back over here and we're going to assemble our lasagna. The lasagna sauce is a simplified version of what we did last week. We just have 2 tins of chopped Australian tomatoes. We have some garlic and we have some red wine. And I've just mixed it all together, reduced it down a bit, so allow it to simmer for a couple of minutes. And then I've added the basil, and the basil's from my garden. Oh, it just smells so good. So we're going to combine that with our eggplant, our pumpkin, and our fresh lasagna sheets. Can't tell you how good fresh lasagna sheets are. So first things first, this is what I use for my lasagnas. I'm just going to spray it with some oil spray. And then I'm going to put in my first layer of eggplant, like this. And it doesn't matter if it slightly overlaps. And then I'm going to put in pumpkin. Just roughly stick that in there. Oops. This is really soft, so you really do need to use your fingers. There's a layer of tomato. Like this. This is going to be so delicious. That basil smells divine. I hope you've made some of the recipes in the book. If you have, let me know how it all turned out. I have to say, everything we have made so far, my family has absolutely loved. And now we've got our fresh lasagna sheets. Now I actually bought this a dish because it fits my lasagna sheets perfect. Now if they rip like this one did, don't worry about it, just add it all together. But what we're going to do with this bake is we're actually going to add 2 pieces of lasagna sheets. Then we're going to add a really good dollop of the bechamel sauce. See, you wouldn't have thought you could have such yummy food as this on the nutritional cleansing program I do, would you? But you can. You can have beautiful food. It's all about moderation. Now we're going to do that all over again. So in goes our eggplant, like this. I may as well use it all up. Then our pumpkin. Now you could serve this with some green salad if you wanted to stay purely vegetarian, or you could serve it alongside some meat if you couldn't bear to have a vegetarian night. But it is quite hearty within itself. Okay, so here we go again. We've got our tomato sauce. Let's use it all up. Talk about a pan full of goodness. Absolutely divine. Then our 2 sheets of lasagna, fresh lasagna sheets. The ones that are left over, they can be frozen. They freeze really well. And then a generous helping of your bechamel sauce, because that's going to create a beautiful top layer. And on that we will put some Parmesan cheese. Now the recipe also puts dollops of mozzarella, which I thought was delicious. But I didn't have any, so I'm just putting a covering of Parmesan. It's a nice sharp cheese, beautiful contrast to the creamy bechamel sauce underneath. Right, now that goes in the oven. I've got the little booklet here. Do you know a serving of that is only 438 calories. So in the program that I do, you can have anything from 400 to 600 calories for your 3rd meal. So this is perfect. 400, that's all it is, 438 calories. So you now roast it in the oven for about 40 minutes, just a medium oven. You really just want to cook the pasta, stick a skewer in, check that's cooked, and melt the cheese. Enjoy! I cannot wait to try this. So I hope you give it a go at home. If you do, let me know, leave some comments, and make sure if you like Jessie's cooking, like my page, that would be awesome. See you next time.